Well, alright then. When last we left off, you all had arrived in Neverwinter and had gone to Chilbu's old stomping grounds, the orphanage where he has spent most of his recent life. And you went and checked out your new property and got to work getting that all settled and situated. But you also learned that there is something afoot in Neverwinter. Harpers are disappearing, and even your friend Adabra Gwyn, got it this time, has gone missing. So you went out and began your search to try and see if you could find them, after learning some information with a useful sending spell. However, your search was unsuccessful. But only in not in finding what you were looking for originally. You instead found Nistul and decided to listen in on a conversation, only to realize that Nistul is a very, very powerful mage that seems to be constantly aware of things that may or may not be seen, being the master of illusion and all that. So after a brief confrontation with her, a new person appears, a butler for the Eschatel family, inviting you to a party, and also issuing a threat extended from his employer? Would that be it for a butler? Anyway, that if you do not attend, that the safety of one Adabra Gwyn could not be guaranteed. And that is where we pick up. Nah, not this one. Or maybe this one. This one.
For my second shot. No, I'm just playing.
Oh no.
So, does this change your mind?
Veritas, he looks at this butler and he says, I am curious what you want with us. But I guess we have to attend to find out.
I want for nothing. I simply deliver what my master desires. And what my masters want is for you to attend.
Is this like a thing that people do a lot here? Seems like a weird way of inviting people. I mean, kind of rude.
Rude? Oh, right, the threatened bit.
Yeah, that part. I mean, it would be kind of nice otherwise.
Well, I personally would not want to steep to such levels, but my master wanted to make sure that you were there. She does assure, though, that she has not been harmed.
I mean, the thing that happens too, like people randomly kidnap other people and just hurt them?
That depends on who's doing the kidnapping.
Well, I suppose that changes things a little bit.
I'm not well accompanied to this place. Where is it that we need to go to this party?
I will escort you to the manor when it is time.
Oh, how generous of you.
Of course, it is part of my duties. As well as it is part of my duties to assist you in obtaining finery.
Mm, nah, I think I like what Chobu's wearing right now.
Kind of looks you up and down. What is Shilba wearing? Because I think, did you put your armor back on?
To come out here and look for secret people who might be carrying slaves. Yes, yes, I did put my armor back on.
Alright, just making sure. I mean, maybe if you cleaned it up a little bit, that might pass.
Deal.
But it better be spotless. For your own sake.
Clean it then.
That is not my responsibility.
Can we ice this fool?
No.
I mean, if we do that, how are we going to find the house?
I think that would not be in our best interests.
Chilba,
Yes.
you can actually roll a history check.
Oh, Chobu might know where the house is. Hey.
Yeah, it is a noble family. Nope, you're not well
Damn it,
suited.
Chobu.
Granted, it probably wouldn't be hard for you to determine the location, but I assure you, news of my death would get to the manor before you would.
Yeah, no, let's not that. There's no need to be rude. This man has done nothing to us personally. If we have any gripe, it's not with him, is it?
Nah, I don't like him.
I'm sorry you think that way.
Ahem. In any case, where shall we meet you, sir, when we are ready to attend?
I can retrieve you from your abode.
All right, well, fair enough. You said it was your responsibility to see to it that we received our finery all right. Do you not trust our fashion senses?
Kind of looks at Bosch, who is... You are wearing a vest, right?
Yeah.
You are not very well known for fashion.
Yes, well, to be fair, we haven't really been in many situations where fashion was the most important thing for us to consider, now have we been?
I do not personally know your life story, but if that's what you say...
I mean, usually fighting dragons and saving villages entails more practicality than design. But I think we can clean up just fine if we want to. Thank you very much.
If you're sure.
Well, I'm speaking for myself. What do you guys think? You think we need this fine gentleman's assistance with our outfits?
Veritas looks over his attire.
If you truly do not want my assistance, then I suppose I should take my leave. I will be around your place just before sundown.
Oh shit, the party's today?
Party's tomorrow.
Oh.
It's night right now,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
currently night. You have spent the entire day searching.
I see. So no time to shop today.
All right then.
Okay,
We'll
I
see.
guess we're gonna.
Well, I do suppose, if you do have any trouble with any of the tailors, just tell them that Lady Ashertel wanted you at her party. They'll get the gist of it.
Ah, excellent. Sure, we'll throw her weight around then.
Alright. Well then, until tomorrow. And he gives you a deep bow.
Um,
And he
Veritas will communicate psychically to Eve. Am I supposed to bow as well?
He thinks back. You can if you feel that respect is warranted.
Charles Fulgore.
He
Okay,
raises,
bye.
he raises and he walks away.
Perfect. Hard to make deck saves when you're looking the other direction.
Oh my gosh.
I'll remind you that you're pretty close to Castle Neverwinter.
See me there.
Are we hanging out in the bushes, like within view of the castle?
More or less.
Pretty sure, yeah.
With this in mind, as soon as he turns and walks away, Eve immediately puts her arms out in an attempt to gather everyone together like a group of stray children and just starts trying to usher them back in the direction of home.
As you're pulling Veritas, you see that his leg kind of twists in the wrong way a bit as you're trying to pull him.
All right. That didn't go quite as planned. This is an interesting state of affairs. We will discuss this more in private.
Eve, he was doing the strange bow. I didn't really recognize that.
He was? Are you referring to the bow he did before he left?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That is a fancy way of greeting or showing respect. Sometimes can be used in very ironic settings, such as this one. So whenever you see it, if you'd like to repeat the gesture, you can. In most of the situations it's used in, that is the appropriate choice. In this one, I don't know if respect is particularly warranted, personally.
I'ma kill him.
Chilbu, I appreciate the thought. Probably not a good idea at the moment.
Tomorrow works.
Yeah, well, who knows what's gonna happen. Hey, you might have a chance. We'll see. But one thing at a time. Oh, we probably shouldn't be talking about this in the open. Let's hurry home.
Alright. You scuttle your way back to your building, honestly, at this point. it is starting to get rather late, so is there anything you'd like to do before bedding down for the evening?
Veritas will a few times, if there's a mirror around or any kind of reflective surface inside the house, he will try to repeat the bow that he saw. Like this? Like this? And you see that sometimes it's like he goes a little bit too forward, or his leg kind of like flops a bit as he's doing it.
Alright.
You're getting better. Just need practice, I guess. I have no further business. Were we gonna try to like do a strategy plan now that we're in private? Are we gonna kind of do a normal thing and just make it up as we go along?
That I think some strategy is warranted here. This is extremely uncomfortable. So, first things first, we need to know who we're dealing with here. Because it sounds to me like this is a person who has some amount of influence in this area. That's
Lady
alarming.
Lady Ashatel? And he's like still kind of like bowing and stuff like that.
Yes, that. Anyone ever heard that name before?
Yep.
That's you, you have! Do you know anything about...
Nope.
Okay. Alright. There's that. Do you think Miss Leon might? She knows probably a lot of the goings on here, right?
Yeah, I'm sure she do.
I know we've bothered her a lot lately, but I think this is a pretty important matter to bring to her attention and ask for additional information about. We need information. Veritas, you made a very important point earlier. Another thing we'll need to know is what these people want.
I made a good point.
Yes, you did! It was an excellent question. Of course not one that they're gonna answer. But this is not the kind of thing that we want to wait until we get there to figure out. Because for some reason, these people want us there badly. So whatever it is they want, we don't want to be caught flat-footed with it. It's something we're gonna have to think about before we get in there.
Do people's feet go flat? Veritas tilts his head a bit. Do I need to learn to put my feet flat?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an expression, buddy.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever noticed that when people are fighting, they kind of stand on the balls of their... Never mind, anyway. So, what they want is going to be paramount here. Question is how we're going to find that out without them knowing.
Well, how do they even know us? Like they looked us up, and it seems like they did the kidnapping because they want something from us, but I never heard of these people.
That's a good question. I can only assume that they've heard of us from our exploits in Phandalin. I can't imagine that they might have heard of any of us before that. So, that's a good starting point. What could they have heard about us from our exploits in Phandalin that would make them interested in something that we have, that we can offer them? Aside from raw muscle, I feel like they wouldn't need that from us if they're able to capture and hold a member of the Harpers so easily, right?
Either way, they want us there.
I mean, there were those people we fought by the Dragon Barrow that seemed to not like Virgil very much. And we were about to do bad stuff with him, and they left.
That's true. The Zent... What? Okay, that...
Is that true?
Veritas, you had that thing that happens where you're really sleepy and sleep deprived, and you just, for a second, blink out of consciousness, and then you're back.
His voice actually also changes, and you can hear like the variable like pitch. It still needs some work.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah. I think I need some rest.
Is it hard maintaining that form? Or does it take no effort once you've gotten into it?
It's a little hard. It's like focusing on a object constantly. But I think it might get easier with time. I hope so. If I'm going to keep up or interact with people.
I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. But for now, get comfortable. We should be okay here.
Oh, Eve will start ritual casting the dome just in case.
Drat, foiled my assassination attempt, will you?
Oh, you better believe that after that Dragon's Barrow incident, Eve will never not cast the dome immediately again.
I mean, if you send out Assassin Ghost after us, there's not much we can do about that.
That's true.
Don't give him ideas.
Yeah. The worst part is, if assassins attack you and you kill them, then there are assassin ghosts who can attack you.
That's very true.
Chilbu was just painstakingly going over his armor with prestidigitation. Make sure it's ready for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Veritas has laid down somewhere. Probably in like the side of the room, not really on like a bed or anything like that.
Within the dome?
I mean, it should be in the dome, right? Or is the dome not cover the whole house?
It wouldn't cover the whole house. It would cover
Their house, man.
Yeah, it would cover a large section of the floor, but not the whole house.
Okay. Then on the side of the dome.
All right. So you bed down for the evening and take a long rest. The morning arrives, and the day is yours.
Miss Eve, not that it's gonna mean that much, but you still want that anti-death armor, or like that anti-death energy armor? Or you want something else?
Thanks for asking. But to be honest, I have no idea what we're gonna be up against. And honestly, I don't think I can get away with wearing this where we're going. So I'll just stick with what I've got for now. Thank you.
Makes sense. Shopping?
I have seen it many times, but I've never gotten to shop myself.
You don't make money. You don't need to shop. Just visualize more clothes. What's wrong with you? Visualize a different outfit.
That is harder than one might seem.
Chelavi, fine. Chelavi, visualize another outfit.
I can't.
Huh. Never mind. Shopping it is.
I mean, if you wanted to be wearing different clothes, would you have to put them on over your clothes?
Well, I can remove the clothes.
Oh, okay.
It's just the clothes are part of the identity
I
and part of the
when
image.
when I try to think of the image, it's the exact image. I try to think of something different. It gets all muddy.
So when we change clothes, does it seem like we're a different person to you?
No, I know it's still you. It's just you. I mean, you typically wear the same thing every day, don't you?
Well, usually.
There's
I
a
mean,
certain Bosch look that makes me think of Bosch.
Exactly.
Not in the city.
There's a certain look as well for you, Chilbu, that I think of when I see you.
That's on the road, Chilbu. That's not in the city, Chilbu. In the city, Chilbu wears different clothes every day.
That is usually what most people do when they're not constantly traveling and only bringing what they can carry.
Maybe I ought to buy some more, even more clothes than I need for the party, just so I can have some more clothes.
I mean, we are going back on the road, so it might not be necessary right now, but
We have a
Yeah,
house too. Well, we have a building. You can just put him in there. I don't have to carry him around.
I do wonder, though, what will you do with this invite?
We're going, right? Not just gonna ignore this.
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice at this point.
it's
Unless-
stupid, but these two are going, so we gotta go.
Well,
Unless we can find this place before the party and try to break her out of there without going in, but that seems very risky and potentially deadly to her as well.
Most likely she's not at the actual house.
And even if everything works out, she's still going to go after us, right? This Lady Ashentel. I don't think it would just end like that.
We're not going there to kill them all?
Not if we
I mean,
don't
we
have.
could.
That depends on who we're dealing with, honestly. But killing everyone is usually not the best solution I found.
When has it not been the best solution? When has not killing everyone helped us?
Ilbu, you are making some good points.
Just no.
Eve kind of like holds out her hand towards you, like maybe don't, and then she just like brings it back and gets a look on her face, like, oh god, I'm traveling with a bunch of murderers.
There are plenty of people we didn't kill and didn't have to kill. Like, Osthred's still alive, or at least he was when we left.
And how has that benefited us?
That's not the point. We
No,
just didn't
that's
have
my
to kill
point.
him.
When has it benefited us to leave someone alive?
Ahem.
Is someone
That's
clearing
what
their throat at us?
Chelavi clears their throat.
We couldn't kill her if we wanted to. That's different.
I
I mean, we haven't really tried yet, but
oh, that's
Didn't
we're not
we-
going to.
Didn't we save those goblins and the cow?
yes.
Oh,
Good point.
We killed some of the goblins, though.
Yes, well, the ones that we didn't kill are now valuable members
all of those goblins were my allies and brothers in arms. How dare you? How dare y'all? They died valiantly fighting by our side, and we're our allies.
I mean, they didn't die though.
Okay.
They was working at the farm.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah, the three that were our allies that lived, there was no need to kill. They were our allies. But they were our allies before we started the killing.
There were a lot that were incinerated in the fireball.
Anyway, I feel like we're getting a little off target here.
Right.
Okay.
Silbu can make good points too.
sure.
Hey, you might have a point. We might wind up having to kill everyone, but if we can avoid that, ideally, I think that would be best.
Okay, well, let's lay out scenarios real quick, right? We
Sure.
walk in there. What's best case scenario?
We have dinner.
And I think we would want we'd want Adabra back. That's probably part of the best case scenario.
Okay. What we got that we'd have to give up for that?
That is what I'm worried about.
Yes.
We don't know what they want.
And that means they have the upper hand.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, and we need more of it right now. Because if we walk in there not knowing what they want, that's not a good way to start a negotiation.
And as soon as we walk in there, they have us.
And that is my
Okay.
other concern. Were there
Yeah.
any assurances for your own safety?
Ah, well, in the
Oh,
invitation, it says that they will be responsible for our self-defense, I believe, or our defense, I believe, but I can't say that I particularly put a lot of faith in that assurance.
Okay, so I've got a small idea.
Hmm?
If the tailors in the town all know these people, maybe one of them can tell us what it is they're looking for.
That is a
So
good
we're
idea.
going there anyway, right?
It's a start.
That's a good idea, Bush. We'll check in with them. I mean, the way the butler was talking made it sound like they're kind of in her pocket. But if that's out of fear and not out of respect, then maybe they'll help us out with a bit of information.
Could be
And
both.
that we can always try. That is true. We can always try Ms. Moonworm next.
I mean, y'all buddy with Lord Neverember. Why don't y'all try talking to him?
Perhaps this is cynical of me, but I don't have a lot of faith that the ruling party of this city is going to
side against the corruption within, if that comes down to it. But I don't know, I guess it's an option.
Well, in any case, we should get going. The sun is only getting further away.
Here? What's this further away? It's morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, have you told Tia that she's also invited?
Oh dear!
I guess we haven't. Hey Tia.
You look around, she's actually not inside.
I think at her. Hey Tia, where'd you go?
Oh, I went outside.
Oh, are you far?
No, I'm in the alley. I was speaking with the pigeons. They
Okay,
are rather strange. But I think
Yeah, I mean
they
they seem
are
pretty
well
standard to
mannered.
me. Oh, maybe you met some different pigeons.
Yo, boss, you think the pigeons will know?
I mean we can always ask them, but it seems like they're running the same circles.
There was a hell of a lot of pigeons last time.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. So,
Tia does walk back in.
sorry to interrupt the conversation.
No, it's fine.
You said the pigeons were polite?
Well, I'm not quite sure how to call it. I think the term is catcalling?
I'm pretty sure that's not polite.
I'm still rather new to this.
Yeah. I mean, don't let people talk to you like that.
Okay.
They're, yeah. Anyway, we got invited to a party, except it's also people who kidnapped Adabra, and you're invited too.
Oh.
We were just kind of figuring out what we're gonna go, I think, but
Why was I
trying to
invited?
figure out what we're gonna do. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, do we still have the invitation?
yeah. Eve has the invitation.
And you're on there.
Oh.
Holds it out.
I wonder how they know about me. I haven't really talked to anyone, aside from the pigeons.
That was just right now. They wouldn't have flew over there and told anybody.
Oh, Tia, how many people have you told your name to?
Hmm. Three. Aside from all of you, of course.
Any of them in the city?
Yes. I told Miss Moonrunner.
Cora ain't no snitch, so who else?
I told those pigeons. And I told the chicken back at Phandalin.
Huh. Wonder if that chicken has connections here.
He did seem well known. It.
It's very suspicious. Well, I mean, the point kind of stands. We're going to be going to this. We're on there. I don't know if that means that you have to come too, where they're going to threaten people, but I don't know. Do you want to come?
Well, of course. I am here to defend you.
Yo, time out. You think they gonna threaten us if everybody doesn't show up?
I mean, isn't that kind of what they said?
What the hell do we do about Virgil?
Oh, shite. He does a double take at the invitation.
Does have Virgil on there, right?
Hey, do they know about Virgil? He wasn't even here. The chicken don't know Virgil.
I mean, Colin did write Virgil down, right?
It did,
Well-
yeah.
Well, I mean, Colin and Jason and Cassandra and Nick know that.
It was on the deed.
Oh no. What are we gonna do about that? I mean, if we try to explain it to them, what if they don't believe us?
Then we go with Chilpoo's plan, right?
Ah!
Starting with the key lady? She obviously sold us out.
Shelby will actually pop up. I could fill in for Virgil.
You can take his form. I thought that it was difficult to take on other forms that you're not used to focusing on.
I cannot take other forms, no, but I can disguise myself.
Oh,
2 different things. And much more easily noticeable.
yeesh. Yes, that is the issue.
It will fool most, but I imagine that if I was to run into someone like Nistool, it would not fool them in the slightest.
I feel like the consequences for being found out might potentially be worse than the consequences of going in without him in the first place.
I think we can explain about Virgil's thing, and if it still doesn't go well, then we'll default on Chilpoo's plan.
All right, Miss Celavi's a dagger. The rest of y'all go shopping.
Veritas begins to head out.
Yo, Tia, you want a new dress or you got it?
Oh, is this not good enough?
Well,
And she
I'm
kind
offering.
of twirls around, spins, and like frickin' sparkles come off the damn dress.
And Cinderella, all right, do your thing, girl. No shopping for her.
They're frost crystals.
Oh,
Ah, she's a silver dragon.
that is awesome. Very frozen.
You look lovely, Tia.
Thank you.
For the rest of us, we'll see what we can do. Chilbu, you're intending to hold on to your armor, correct?
Nice and shiny.
Good.
Y'all, I'm probably about to go get like one of them little shoulder capes or something, you know? Little accent, something.
Mantle would do nicely for you, I think.
Maybe a tricorn.
Well, let's see what we can turn up. Clothing-wise and information-wise.
Oh, let's go.
Alright. You head out to find some tailors.
That's the plan.
Do you search... What kind of tailor are you looking for?
Looking for information, so we got to go to the snooty tailors, right? We got to go to the high class tailor.
Alright.
Yep.
It's gonna cost us, but
There is
Figure it
a
out.
high-class tailor in the castle ward. You know, for whenever a dignitary or something needs a touch-up or something new.
all right. Is this the same one the locals use? Do we not know?
This is not... The locals use the one that's in the same district as the orphanage.
Nah, not those locals. The high class locals.
High-class locals. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Chobu probably knows about this tailor. I'm assuming Chobu's old master definitely used this tailor at some point. Been some years, but we can do this.
Actually, your old master
I'm
did
gonna-
not use this tailor.
What?
Ooh.
Who the hell did he use?
He made it himself.
Nope, that makes sense.
So,
All right.
To the castle ward? District? Ward? One of those words.
I'm gonna probably let one of you talk. These are not my people.
Yeah, I don't know if these are anybody's people, man.
Good point. I'll
So,
see what
so you do want me to talk for us?
I mean,
I can try. It would be
no. You stay in the back.
Oh,
Missy, Missy,
Yes.
use them power skills.
It's just Jimbo. How many times?
We're not trying to steal the clothes.
Yeah, you're right. Veritas, you're up.
all right.
You scowl.
Veritas goes in first with his walking cane.
alright. You enter Winter's Garbs. Yes, hello. You see
Hello
a
there.
middle-aged man. Kind of has a very strangely styled mustache and goatee. And very angular hair.
I like your fancy hair.
Oh, thank you, sir. I like your, What can I get for you?
I,
Hey.
I've been invited to a fancy party, and I need fancy clothes.
I fancy is our specialty.
I
What
think her
what style
name-
are you looking for?
I was just told fancy. The lady who, the lady in question, her name was Ashitel, I believe.
Oh. An invitation from Lady Eschatel. Very nice.
I'm not really. Don't know the nobles around here. I'm an adventurer. So is she someone very important? I'm guessing.
Well, of course. She is the second most influential contributor to the repair project.
Oh, that is quite something.
Right. Yeah, I don't think the bridge would have gotten fixed without her help.
I don't know too much about clothes, so if you could please help me with that.
Of course. He will kind of show you some examples of things, of different variations of like suits and frilly things. But ultimately, it is up to you as to what you want to look like.
Okay. So, I guess Veritas would pick out something that is a purplish color with some frills around it, a nice looking suit. As he's kind of looking around.
Yes, it's very sleek. I think Ashetel will be impressed. And do let her know where you got it from.
I will, and I'll even let her know who did it. Your name?
My name is Francesco.
Francesco.
Francesco
My
Winter.
name is Francesco Winter. My name is Veritas. It is a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you as well. Oh, and there is, of course, the mentor of pay.
How much?
Yeah, 30 gold.
Talk price after we finish everything, kind of a package deal.
Did Chilbu say that at the back?
Hell yeah, Chilbu said that from the back.
Yeah, prices are individual, just like the clothes.
I mean, even for friends of Lady Ashetel?
Roll a intimidation. This is intimidation.
That's intimidation. Am I intimidated? Let's do this. Where is? Not great.
I'm sure Ashetel will understand my prices.
All right, we'll see.
But anyway, can I get something for you?
At these prices,
You will find
Chilbu's good.
You will find no better garb.
Can you help out my boy over here?
He is a rather tall fellow. But I think he starts measuring you, Bosch. Has to swap out a tape, one of his tape measures because he can't quite get it around you.
It can be hard to find clothes in my size.
Right, muscles are harder to dress than fat. But yes, I think I do have some material that should stretch with that.
Did that fucker look at me when he said that?
Actually, no.
Okay, making sure. It's gonna be another person who's about to get that beat down tonight.
Yes, so, what are you looking for?
I mean, I think you can probably tell by what I'm wearing now. I don't really know clothes, but going to the same party.
Alright then. Then let's get you outfitted. So once again, shows you different styles and such.
Yeah. So that's kind of what Bosch says, but can we go for something like a 3-piece suit?
Certainly.
Bosch's plan is definitely to just wear the vest and pants.
Oh no.
There you are.
And an actual shirt. I'm gonna wear a shirt underneath the vest. Right. What are we talking for this one?
It's a very modern design, and the material should stretch even when you have to flex a little bit. For this one, this will be 40 gold.
Hell.
You are taller and used a special material.
Yes. Alright, sounds good. Here you go.
Thank you.
He's getting more and more insulted. He looks at Miss Eve.
And before the lady,
Eve, this whole time, has been browsing around the shop, having had at least some small amount of experience with this sort of thing in the past, and has, like, brought over a couple of things. And,
oh,
just says,
Any chance I could get this modified a little bit to suit my stature?
of course. I'm always happy to help a lady who knows what she wants. And he will tailor away.
he picked out, like, a floor-length dress with some detached sleeve kind of situation that is sleeveless. And a fancy-looking kind of cloak, but it's not really a cloak. It's just kind of a clasp with ribbon-like, like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm halfway through drawing it, though, so... It looks fancy.
We'll see it soon.
Kind of severe.
Soon.
And the
Trademark.
colors she picked are oddly, uncharacteristically kind of dark for her.
Embracing those roots, huh?
You could say that. Taken a bit of inspiration from my mother, to be honest.
Very
Sometimes-
nice.
Sometimes it's best to look a little imposing.
And I'm certain this will carry a lot of weight at Deschatel.
You know her kind of style, do you?
It's a bit more frilly than a lot of this, but she prefers being the center of attention anyway,
Interesting.
and she does command it.
I've never met her in person before, so I wouldn't know.
Oh,
I'm not quite sure what to expect.
she is a powerful woman.
Ooh, powerful. Very nice. In what way?
How best to describe this? She could destroy or make anyone she wanted.
Veritas puts down the 30 gold after taking some time thinking about how much 30 gold is in food. Hey. There you go.
Yes, and for you, my dear, that will be 25 gold.
Excellent. Very good. Here you go.
Yes, it was extra for the material, but... And I mean this with no offense, but your short stature cut the cost by a lot.
One taken. I'll take the perks of that where I can get them.
Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like to be shorter.
It's actually pretty convenient. Don't hit your head on things very often.
Oh god, that would be nice.
Alright, Winter, where's your kids section?
Kid section?
Discount rack.
This is not your bargain tailor in the pauper district. This is Winter's Garbs. Everything here is custom made. What you see are merely examples to assist with, choosing a style.
You got a store full of stuff that nobody can buy. This ain't for nobody. Just give me a cape. Just give me a cape. Something nice.
A cape?
Little cape.
Anything in particular you want about this cape, or just a plain cape?
Nah, any one of them little fancy dudes that kind of go over the shoulder, one shoulder. I can't have it messing with the wings like that.
Alright. Kind of takes a look around you, seeing where your wings are.
Nicest, cheapest fabric you got.
Alright. Something light would assist with, in case it did get in the way of your wings, something that your wings would be able to push away.
That works.
Alright, yeah. I think I can whip up something for you real quick. And he comes back with a cape.
Yeah, y'all also sell those little fancy walking sticks like my boy?
A walking stick?
Veritas shows up his walking stick. I don't think this is the place to
Nah,
find one.
fancy walking stick. You know a stick? But it's fancy.
You would have to ask a carpenter for that.
A carpenter?
Well,
Don't
yes,
tell me ain't no nobles. Where the nobles at that have the fancy walking sticks?
they ask a carpenter.
What carpenter? Which one?
Carpenter?
His name is Carpenter?
Yes. Well, it's his last name. His first name is Michael. And
Alright,
he's
give me the
the
cape.
he's
Point us that way.
honestly the best carpenter I've ever met.
Yep.
Yes, he hands you a silk cape.
Alright, let's go.
That will be 5 gold.
How petty can I be?
Don't worry, I got you, buddy. I'll fish out 50 silver.
Hell yeah, you do.
Oh no.
Thank you. I've been needing some change. You know, there's been a shortage. Also, honestly, most of these rich types, they bring in platinum. Gosh, do you know how hard it is to get a drink with platinum?
Unless you're getting really expensive stuff, but
Or if
it's
you're
best not.
getting drunking yourself under the table.
Tosses 9 copper as a tip.
Thank you. I appreciate it, he says sarcastically. Anyway, I do appreciate your business and do wish you a wonderful evening.
Thank you very
There's.
much.
Thanks.
Was there any hidden menace in that last statement?
You can roll me an insight check.
On it. Aha!
No, he honestly wants you to have a good time.
Where's Carpenter? Where is he?
Oh, back across the bridge. It is rather nondescript. He gives you directions.
Thank you. Let's go. As Veritas walks out, heading for the Carpenter.
We are going back across this bridge.
Yes, it is in the Pauper District.
Chobu would like to. Wait, the fancy people go to the Pauper District to get their walking sticks? Don't lie to me, man.
For this carpenter? Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. Chobu wants to real quick do a quick flood under the bridge and just take a look and see if he notices anything funky, like maintenance areas that don't look like they're maintenance.
Well, the first thing you notice is the troll that grabs you. But no.
Now roll for initiative.
But no. Which bridge do you go under?
Which bridge did they say she helped with?
The middle one.
The middle one, then.
It is impressively remade. It looks like it will hold for a long time.
I'm just fluttering under and standing on maintenance areas. Does it look like there's any walkways, pathways that are not necessary for maintenance?
Walkways, pathways for maintenance?
Something that might go underground, but not necessarily cross the bridge. I don't trust this bridge.
No, you don't find anything like that. It is a bridge.
Chobu flutters back up. All right.
Is there
let's
any
go.
kind of is there like a plaque or a sign anywhere along the bridge that says "Thanks to Lady Eschatel"?
No, actually.
Okay.
Nothing that describes who rebuilt it, but it does have a name that I don't have off the top of my head. Each of these bridges do have a name, I just don't have it in ready to...
Are the other bridges intact?
They are standing. You probably don't want to walk over them.
Okay.
Because they are definitely crumbling, but they're there.
I was just trying to interpret the map because they sound kind of like what you described from the look of the map.
The three bridges are the Dolphin, the Winged Wyvern, and the Sleeping Dragon. As for which one is the one that's intact... Okay. I'm actually not sure.
You're the DM, so you get to choose.
I do get to choose. But I feel like I'm probably going to reference this later, the thing I'm reading. But anyway, you head off to the directions you're given, and Chibu especially, you are confused by where these directions lead you. It leads you to this extremely plain-looking building. It just looks very simple, but definitely well built, as Chilbo can also tell with his artesian eye. And hanging on a sign is Michael Carpenter, Carpenter for Work.
Alright, Chopu walks in.
You walk up and walk in, and behind a workbench, it's not a desk or anything like that, it sawing away and sanding at a piece of wood is this big hulking behemoth of a man. The man looks like he was built by a brick house. Hello. How can I help you?
Yeah, Chopu needs one of them fancy sticks.
Walking stick?
Chopu points at Veritas. Like that, but fancy.
Like that, but fancy. I don't know, that does look pretty fancy.
Alright, fine, then like that one.
Well, wouldn't you want one that was yours?
Well, I mean, my height.
Right, your height. Alright, sure, I can get to work on something.
Any way you could put like a small compartment in it?
A compartment? What kind?
Yep.
What kind of compartment?
No, I'm a bit of a artisan myself, and I don't like being without all my tools. So something just to kind of slip a few tools in. Real small.
Something to slip some tools into a shaft. Alright, I think I can do something with that.
And basically just try to find like a way to put my thieves' tools at least in there. I'm assuming those are fairly small.
They are fairly small. This
Alright, cool.
will take me a couple of hours, though.
Yep, we'll be back. Thanks, Mr. Carpenter. Wait, you know anything about the Oshitels?
The Eschatel?
Mm-hmm.
I know that they've been helping a lot with rebuilding the city.
Anything else besides the bridge?
Well, yeah, they also helped clean up a lot of the Pauper district, especially after the eruption.
Would have been over the bridge, so would have taken longer than what she felt. Alright. Thanks, Carpenter. How much?
Let's see. Well, stick your size. Hidden compartment. Well, I'd say 5 silver. I know it's a bit much, but
Silbu gives him 10.
oh, this isn't necessary. 5.
Make it nice.
Well, I wouldn't make it not nice.
Well, then buy yourself something. Buy yourself something with the change.
Please.
Who I like.
I am not one to want. Just building something is
fine.
reward enough.
Chill. Fine. Give me my money back then. Sure. 5 silver it is.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody want to do anything? We're on the Pauper side now. Anybody want to do anything in the city? We have a few hours to kill.
Veritas looks at Chilbu and says, "Any place you recommend? I would like to get the most out of this shopping trip."
You want me to tell you where to spend your money?
You're the most familiar.
Appreciable assets. Go find yourself some art. We can go back and invest in our building. You want to invest in our building? Find some nice furniture? We can do that. Actually, our boy right here is probably good for that, honestly.
Looking at Carpenter, Veritas kind of goes up. We just recently got a building here in Neverwinter. We are looking for some furniture
Oh,
for the place.
sure. I can make any number of furniture items.
Looking back, what do we want, guys?
Bunk beds.
Bunk beds? Miss Eve?
That's a good idea, honestly. I don't know. Everything else depends on what we want to do with the building. Do we know yet?
Do we have a desk?
I think so.
Alright.
Yo,
I
boss,
get
you
one
did
of
some
those
research,
desks.
right?
Again?
You did that research, right? What's your research thing?
Huh?
You did that business research, right?
I finish.
Well, what it say about a good desk?
Can we get one of those that has like the thing that rolls up so you can close it and open it?
Talking to me? You're talking to Carpenter. Jobu looks at Carpenter like,
If you want furniture like that, it would probably be best if I actually got a look at the building myself and actually took proper measurements to make sure that it fit.
Alright.
Also, stuff like that's easier to build on site.
Yeah, think we can get a Chobu-sized desk too?
Oh, certainly. I make things for all.
I like him.
That seems like a good guy.
Thank you very much. I am looking forward to seeing you again.
No problem. Just, when I'm done with this, let me know time and place for your furniture.
And
To just deliver the stick to us and then check it out today, or are we gonna go do more investigations?
Veritas will tell him where we're located.
Oh, you took up the old place.
Yeah, we got it as a reward for saving Fandulin from the dragon.
That's nice. I always wondered when we would get some new neighbors, so to speak. I know we're a few blocks away, but still. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. How about tomorrow evening or so? Or does mornings work better for you?
I'll see what I can fit in my schedule.
All right.
But yes, I will try to make it out there tomorrow. Probably about mid-afternoon.
Well, thank you very much. And Veritas will rehearse the bow he's been trying to do.
Oh, that's not necessary. I'm just a carpenter.
Veritas turns to Eve. I still don't get this bowing thing.
Nope, that's not the one. You're supposed to do them like this. And Chobu reaches out to give him some dap. Come on, Michael.
Reach out to
Don't
give
leave
him
me hanging.
give him some what?
Some dap, sir. Dap him up. I'm sorry, some knuckles.
I am not young and hip enough for this.
He wants some knuckles, bro. You know how black people do those cool hand things? Chobu wants some of that.
Ah. Unsuredly, he will pound the rock.
Like that.
I think what my friends are trying to tell you is that we think you're a cool guy and we respect you. That's all.
Anyway, shall we go, fellas?
Okay.
And so you leave. Do you do anything for the next few hours?
Yeah.
Were we gonna go talk to Cora?
That should be our next stop. Because all of these people are just telling us nice things about this family. So, if there's something else that we need to know about them. I don't think we're going to get a lot more out of the merchants of the city. So, or it is, I think, first. Is that alright with everyone?
Yeah.
Steve, can you help me put my cape on?
Oh, of course! That was a pretty nice choice, by the way. Suits you very well.
Color was it again? Or was it just silk?
I didn't quite catch that.
Did we choose a color, or did we just say silk?
I don't think he's told me a color.
Yeah.
Color wasn't mentioned.
Magic. It is magic color. It's the color that you perceive.
Oh god.
What does Chilba perceive it as?
I mean, I don't know. Probably something to compliment. He wants to try to see if he could sneak Fulgore in. And you said Fulgore has some sort of, like, blue stone in it?
Yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah, he would probably make it to where it's like the inside of the cape has that color and the outside is black.
All right. That is how it looks, Eve.
Thank you.
What's a blue stone?
Sapphire? Aquamarine?
Sapphire. Sapphire is what we're going with. It is sapphire.
Very nice. Excellent contrast as well.
So, none of that.
So, you head off back to the orphanage. Arriving there, Kara greets you at the door. Hello.
Hello. Hello there.
Please come in.
Does she recognize me?
Were you? You were there the other day as you were playing with the kids as your new self.
Yeah.
So, what can I help you with today?
Lady Ashatel, we received a letter to go to this party at her estates tonight. And also it says, if we don't, something bad's going to happen with Gwen.
Ashatel is involved in this? How do I put this? The Harpers have been fighting an uphill battle for a long time. And we've had to work with people that might be considered the enemy. Ashatel was one of those people. I'm not saying that she's evil, but she definitely is more focused on her own goals than the good of the people.
So you're saying if she died, nobody would miss her?
Well, maybe not on a personal level, but the vacuum she'd leave would be massive.
Now she wants something with us with us.
I'm getting real confused because we've asked people already today. All of them have said that Eschatel has been doing good things for the city.
And
Just
she
helping
has.
out with the. What? Why is she so bad then?
It's how she gained her wealth. It was... Well, the way she gained her wealth was through acquisitions and deals that were usually the result of murder or threats of.
Oh, good. That's cool. I feel like I remember you saying a minute ago that she wasn't necessarily bad or evil.
Oh, you think she wants our building?
I doubt that. If she wanted the building, she could have acquired it a long time ago. Could have declared it as abandoned and then had it go up for auction, where she would crush anyone who tried.
Well, what sorts of things does she usually go after? What are her interests, her passions, these acquisitions that she gets from these shady deals and what sorts of things does she go after?
Power. It's honestly quite as simple as that, as far as we can tell. The Harpers realize that eventually she will more than likely be a problem, but she has also helped us take down a tyrant or two.
Well, considering the fact that she has abducted a Harper and is using her life as a bargaining chip, I'd say the time when she becomes a problem has arrived.
Yes, that is greatly concerning.
For what it's worth, the other Harpers, I don't think she was the kidnapper of everyone, just Ms. Adipper Gwyn. It seems to be a separate issue, which is strange.
So, there's two now?
As far as we know.
Doesn't seem to end, does it?
No, it doesn't. Oh.
Do you happen to know? I mean, she probably wouldn't be keeping her hostage on her estate anywhere, but I think we mentioned to you before that we actually had a chance to speak with Ms. Adler Gwyn briefly, and she mentioned that she had been taken down some steps into an underground area, and she'd been taken not far from the castle ward. Does Miss Eschatel live anywhere near that area or have any land in that area that you know of?
Well, her manor. It's not in the castle ward, but it's pretty much right next to it.
On that side of the bridge?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, do you guys think she'd be confident enough to keep the hostage on her estate?
If she owns the city, like what it sounds like, I think it wouldn't be too far of a stretch.
Okay, that's the start. With that being said, I'm very tempted now to see if we can locate her, but you guys are right, that wouldn't necessarily solve our problem with her. It would just get Miss Gwyn out of immediate danger.
I will see if I can send any sort of contact to the rest of the Harpers, although I'm not sure. Not sure how. But I'll do what I can.
Alright.
As for you, I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but please be careful. Whatever Eschatel wants, it's likely going to be something to serve her and her interests. She doesn't get personal. It's all business.
Is this how she got involved with you? Or did it go the other way? Did you have to go to her?
It was kind of both, but also neither.
Okay.
It just sort of happened. Most of the Harpers didn't want the alliance, but we also didn't want to oppose her. We don't quite know how much she controls. Or where her reaches extend to.
With that being said, do you have any concept of where the power behind her threats comes from? What should we be expecting? What dangers are we walking into in there? Just a lot of muscle? A lot of just influence over the town and the city in general? What is she gonna threaten us with, aside from the loss of Miss Gwynn's life?
Let's see. Threatening all of you. She's invited you. That usually means that she wants to deal. So... It's hard to tell without knowing what she's after. And lately she's been quiet.
Maybe she wants us to do something? That would track if she's just hurt us because of stuff that we've done already.
It's true. It wouldn't be outside the possibility of hiring you as adventurers, but it's the threats of Miss Gwyn that are the most alarming.
You think if she wanted to just have us, if she wanted to just hire us, she would just pay us money instead of threatening people?
Yes, honestly.
Oh.
If she's willing to put a threat like that on the table, whatever she wants from us is not going to be something we're going to want to give her. Otherwise, she would have used other means.
Also, there's the fact of how does she know about your connection to Gwyn?
That's a good point.
After all, if this was a threat towards the Harpers, well, then I would have received the invitation. But no, it was directed specifically at all of you. With her as the bargaining chip.
You wouldn't happen to know if Miss Eschatel has any connection at all with the Zentarim, would you?
We don't know. It... We're unsure. We don't think that she serves them, but she very well might deal with them.
The only other people I can think of who would know at all that we have a connection with her would be Mr. Wesker. And did we ever meet Sister Garael?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Did we ever meet Sister Garael, the other occupant of
You
her?
did not know. She was gone
Okay.
before you arrived.
Not even on the list.
What if they grabbed Miss Gwen just because, and then learned about her involvement with us? We're kind of the last people she talked to before leaving, right?
That's right. Oh dear, if that's the case, that brings up another problem. If she just had Miss Gwyn for her own reasons, and is just using her as a bargaining chip incidentally, she might not want to let her go, even if we do what she asks. Ms. Moonrun,
Yes?
is she known for upholding her part of any bargain that she's in, or does she have a history of double-crossing and backstabbing people?
From our dealings, if she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it. She does
Okay.
hold herself to some manner of code. As for what it is, though, I'm not sure. That's not to say that she isn't unfamiliar with deceptive ways.
Alright. Is there anyone you know of in the city who might have a grudge against her and be able to tell us a little more about any dealings with her, or I don't
An enemy
Sure.
of Eschatel.
Or would no one dare, with her sphere of influence being so large?
Honestly, it's more than who the people that would know about her dealings would be my group, the Harpers. The Zentarum for sure know about her. And anyone else, well, they either know her, if they would know her, someone who is on the side of law would likely be in her pocket. And those that aren't in her pocket are likely on the other side of the law. And not the kind of people you would want to associate with.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're definitely not getting information from the center, and
That's not necessarily true. While yes, the Zentarum are criminals and morally bankrupt, they do honor their deals.
oh, they hate us. Oh, did we not mention that?
They don't like a lot of people.
I mean, to be fair, they attacked us first, so...
Right. I should mention that the Zentarum aren't all together. Ever since what happened in Waterdeep a few years ago, they haven't really seen a lot of factions have split in the Zentarum. They don't all see eye to eye. And Eve, you would know that the incident that she's referring to in Waterdeep would be the finding of the Dragon Vault. A group of adventurers found a vault filled with gold. Like 500,000 pieces of gold. And then abruptly disappeared. But not before returning a good portion of the gold to the city.
Huh.
But there was rumors that the Zentarum were also looking for that gold.
Gotcha.
Of course, I don't know of any Zentarum agents in the city, if there are any, right now. There probably is, but...
Probably walking through the street yelling for Zentarum wouldn't help very much.
No, I don't know if that would be a good idea.
You would likely... I would say arrested, but ever since they joined the Lord's Alliance, you actually wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But you definitely get some looks.
Well, Veritas might be able to send a message to that lady we fought. She probably doesn't want to talk to us.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that's about it for now. Thank you for your help, though.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome, and I apologize for saying this again, but be careful.
We'll do our best.
All right.
Not a strong suit, but we try.
Yeah, and say that again. Side note, when we first met with Cora Moonrun, did we give her the Harper coin, or do we still have it?
You showed her the Harper coin, but you still have it.
Okay. Okay, yep. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Yes?
would you mind holding on to this for now?
Oh, okay.
We might grab it back at some later point. Probably not a good idea to bring it in with us.
Maybe.
Max, does Eve have the second one from the library, or did that go away when she was in the library?
I think that turned into the symbol Rogma, didn't
That
it?
turned into the scroll.
Got it. Okay.
But yes, best of luck to you. May Saloon wash over you.
All right, let's Let's get ready to party.
Okay.
All right.
Chillboo does a little twirl and then walks out.
Right. You retrieve your walking stick. It looks however you want it to look, Jason. And it looks fantastic.
It's more of improvised weapon-wise, but would this be club? Quarterstaff?
It would be a quarterstaff.
Okay.
I just remembered something.
You did?
Don't want to take up too much time, but is there an instrument shop anywhere?
An instrument shop. There... It's not really a shop. It's... Roll a survival check.
Oh, not bad.
Alright. Near the House of Knowledge, you catch the sight of a rather unusual looking building. It's a little bit run down, but you do spot in the window several stringed instruments. And a sign that says the Never String.
I need to make a quick pit stop, guys. It won't take long, I promise.
And Eve will
Okay.
go in.
All right. You go inside. It's a little dank. Definitely not a good place to store instruments, but you can tell that there is some level of love and care that goes into the instruments that are on display. And as you approach the desk, you don't see anyone, but you do see a bell.
Eve will glance around and spell and ring it. Is it small?
Right, you ring it, and it dings. It is a normal size bell. Nothing happens.
Oh dear. Eve will also glance around. Are there instruments in here that are not stringed instruments?
You do look up, and there are a couple of brass. You also see that there are more kind of in the back, but it's hard to see. The lighting is not very good in this place.
Eve will take out her vial of illusions and play a quick little melody that she uses to cast dancing lights. And these little wrought iron lights just kind of drift out throughout the shop.
All right. Roll a performance check.
Well,
You hear a banging noise come from the back.
Hello? Anybody in?
What's all that racket? And you see this crooked hobble of a man kind of shuffle his way out. Hey, who are you?
Hello. My name is Eve from Parkett. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
she'll quickly stow her vial and reach out for a handshake.
He doesn't shake your hand. And what are you doing in here?
Eve kind of like
I was taking
smiling,
a nap.
keeps her hand out.
Ah, well, this seems to be a shop, correct? Do you sell instruments, or are they just for decoration?
No? Yes.
Okay, getting mixed signals here, but alright. I noticed you have quite a fine selection of wind instruments. I was wondering, do you carry, perhaps some wind instruments? Maybe flutes? Anything small and discreet?
A flute, huh? Stings
Doesn't
whistling
have
through
to
the
be big or
wind.
fancy, just like a little penny whistle or something.
Little screaming thing.
Sure.
Roll a persuasion check. To convince the crotchety old man to sell you something.
Oh my god.
Do you want my money or not?
No? Yes. Alright. Yeah, I got a little whistle here. And he goes into the back. You hear more banging noise. Ow! And eventually he comes back with a small box. And inside the box is a penny flute.
Ah, that looks like just the thing.
Yeah, that's what you asked for.
That it is! How much for this fine little instrument?
Yeah, for this thing. Yeah, 3 silver.
Eve will slide the 3 silver across the tabletop with a only slightly passive-aggressive smile.
Ahem. He coughs a little bit, which blows off some dust from a jar that sits on the table. The faded words of tip.
Eve pretends not to notice.
Alright, fair enough.
Coughs a little.
Oh, a little dusty in here.
Yeah,
Don't get
it
them
is.
cleaning.
Anyway, is there anything else I can help you with?
Eve picks up the penny whistle.
Nope, that'll be all. Thank you very much for the instrument and your lovely company.
Alright. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Enjoy.
Walks out, taking her
Damn
lanterns.
youngins, always playing them damn instruments.
Does Eve hear that?
Yeah.
As she's walking out, she calls over her shoulder in a cheerful voice, "You're in an instrument shop! Might want to consider that when you take your next nap."
No! Fine.
Eve rejoins the others.
Alright, you have a penny whistle.
Awesome.
What did you get?
Ah, well,
Just this little thing. She holds up the penny whistle between 2 fingers.
I figured. I don't know if they're gonna want us going in there with anything visible. You wouldn't think that they'd confiscate a pile, but perhaps if they're savvy enough, they'll think of it. So, I figured maybe a tiny little instrument that I can just hide in my sleeve or some such thing. I wouldn't want to be totally useless if it came down to it.
You look down at Chilbu and he fully has his sword and his gun on his hip.
Oh, right, about that. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that we shouldn't bring any weapons. So if you're gonna carry something, best try to conceal it if you can.
Chilbu tries to take the invitation. What's the specific wording about weapons?
It says that your defense will be provided by the house.
And hence weapons are not necessary or not allowed.
It doesn't say anything about that.
I don't see anything about that, Miss Eve. This
Huh.
ain't for defense. This is for offense.
Oh, good. As long as you explain that to them, I'm sure they'll be totally fine with it. Well, can't hurt to have something concealed just in case they decide to take away something that's not. I'm there, by the way.
Let's see. At this point, you've done quite a bit of shopping, talked to quite a few people. I would say that it is late afternoon.
Ooh, can we just ask for directions and follow people and leave the butler waiting for us at the house?
You want to what?
Once you just ask, there should be a bunch of people going to this party, right?
You don't know how many people are going to the party.
Wait. Never mind. Continue.
So question for the DM.
That's me.
Yes. The pole of collapsing. Would you say that it could possibly be used like you would a quarterstaff?
I think so. Because
Okay.
you can... Because it's extend up to, right?
It's up to 10 feet.
Right. So, with it saying up to, that means that it can be set to something smaller, and it is a magical item. It doesn't have a +1 or anything, but it would be a quarterstaff if extended to the appropriate length of a quarterstaff.
Okay, good to know.
You could have a half staff or a full staff.
Or a double stack.
Nothing's stopping you.
God. I mean, how long is a quarterstaff?
Usually a couple inches taller than you.
Because like a pike would probably be 10 feet. So,
Yeah, 10
I
feet
don't know.
plus.
I'm not going to argue that.
Basically,
Maybe we won't have to fight at all.
It will be a length that is comfortable for you to fight with.
Amazing.
The numbers are important
Was
until
also-
they are.
Yeah. I was also kind of assuming that if there's a fight that I would be fighting with Veritas, but it's an assumption.
Right.
If Veritas wants to go back.
Oh,
You've been ignoring Veritas, you know? You've been
or have.
using that lance.
Because it's better.
Anyway, are we just going to wait for the party to start? Are we good now?
Oh! I had an idea. Oh, we're not familiar with her, though. I was thinking maybe we could listen in on Miss Echatel, but if we don't know her, that won't work. I guess we could listen in on her butler, but I'm not sure he would be present for anything super important, unless he's her personal attendant or something.
Yeah, it's kind of late, so he's probably on the way to pick us up.
Still only the afternoon?
Late afternoon.
Yeah, that's true.
You would say that, given what he told you, you probably have about 2 hours before he's at your place.
Okay, it doesn't take 2 hours to get across town. He hasn't left yet, surely.
Well, then listen to your show.
Fine, I will! Oh, are we home?
Crazy lady in the middle of the street.
You are in the
I can hear it.
you are in the middle of the street in front of your place.
Oh no, okay. Let's go inside.
People head inside and then attempt to listen in. Oh wait, unless we want to listen in on Gwen in case her captors are talking. No, that probably wouldn't be as good. No, Butler. Listening in on the Butler.
Hey, yo, Bosh, how much you think it'd be to convince your pigeon friends to shit on the butler?
Well, they started out with a bunch of fruit and nuts. I mean, it's probably going to escalate from there.
Like, we got 2 hours. I'm gonna go buy some fruit and nuts. I'll be back. You talk to the pigeons and see what that'll do for them.
I mean, I don't know. They were kind of being mean to Tia. I don't know if we want to help with them.
Fine. Tia, how much to get you to shit on the butler?
What? What?
I mean, if we want to prank him, we can try and do something. But it's kind of not appropriate.
Are you gonna shit on him?
I'd do it, but
That seems to be the running theme.
You see Veritas trying to practice the fist bump technique that Chilbu demonstrated earlier at the Carpenter.
Mm.
Like this?
the awkward pound the rock. All right, Cassandra, you do your thing.
Okay.
All right. So you are listening in to the butler?
Yep.
All right. You listen in and you hear the sound of the ocean kind of droning on until eventually it sort of clears and you hear the butler say, "Ah, Miss Nifadora, I take it your accommodations are to your liking?" "Oh, yes, thank you." "Ah, but of course, anything for the Lady of the Unseelie Court." "It is my absolute honor." "Oh, thank you. Anyway, you are dismissed." "Thank you." You hear footsteps. This goes on for a couple of minutes until Miss Echatel. I am pleased to announce that the representative of the Unseelie Court has arrived, Miss Nifadora, as well as her bodyguard, handmaiden, Miss Greymalkin. Excellent. And you are getting ready to leave to go retrieve the other guests, correct? But of course, I merely wish to inform you. Then go. See to it that they arrive safely, and that they do not cause a scene. Of course. You hear walking and doors opening and closing until eventually you start hearing kind of the general hustle and bustle of the city, and you know that he is outside and making his way towards your place. And it fades back into the sounds of the ocean.
Oh my. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, did we hear that?
Were you around?
I mean, I was trying
Veritas
to.
awkwardly. Oh, go ahead.
I said I briefly tried to convince Bosch to conspire with me, but he rejected me. So yeah, I probably went back inside.
Then yes, you did hear it.
Veritas was inside, awkwardly putting his clothes on over his closed body.
Hey, yo, Veritas, you hear that? Might have access to the Feywild.
Eat the Feywild?
No, Veritas. Jilbu, don't encourage him. Come on.
I wonder how they did get here.
I wonder why they're there. They have accommodations with Miss Eschatel. This couldn't possibly be the meeting of all of those important factions, could it? With the Unseelie Court and the Nine and... Surely this isn't it, right? That would mean that Kench would be there.
They don't want us to cause a scene. I mean, don't think Kench would do that on her own?
I don't know. Okay, well, this is concerning. Miss Nephadora. Okay, general note to everyone. Kill everyone is definitely no longer an option. Whatever you do not attack anyone in that room.
What?
Alright.
That sounds boring.
Probably a little less boring than being dead.
You don't know.
I mean, fair. But no, really, if the Unseelie Court is involved in this, there is no way that we are going to be able to do anything against these people.
Why would we attack the Unseelie Court?
Well, I mean, you mentioned kill everyone as being an option.
Well,
But-
not the people that aren't the people we need to kill. Kill the people we need to kill. That sounds a lot worse than kill everybody.
Well, here's the thing. The Unseelie Court has a reputation for upholding terms of agreement, terms of neutrality. If anyone violates those terms on their watch, they are considered an immediate enemy of the Unseelie Court, whether you attack them directly or not. And you do not want to be an enemy of the Unseelie Court.
Do I?
So no eat the Feywild?
No eating the
Not
Feywild
tonight.
was...
I mean, this could work out for us. Not everybody knows about it, what's going on. Maybe we can embarrass them in front of people who might help us. Sounds like I should tell someone who wants to... I don't know. She wants to have a reputation for being powerful, but also for being good to the city. You can't have it both ways.
That is a good point. That might be an angle that we can work if push comes to shove. But I feel like she would have thought of that when she threatened us, right? Surely she would know that we could just tell people that we've been threatened by the Eschatel family, yes? But if she mentioned that
I guess.
to make a scene, that might be a fair point. We'll read the room when we're there, I guess. Whew, boy.
If it is the big meeting, then 9 will be there too. It sounds like they're good. I guess they can't interfere either.
That's what it seemed like. But at the very least, they wouldn't be on the Eshatel's side, necessarily.
I'm confused. No eat the Feywild?
When we get there, not yet.
Chilbo, what are you? Veritas? Veritas? Look at me, buddy, look at me. Do you remember that song that I sang that first gave you that idea?
Yeah, about all the food. That was delicious.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened to the person who was in the song who ate food from the Feywild?
They were stuck there and they ate all the time.
Yeah, I don't remember saying that last part, but they were definitely stuck there. Think of all the food that's right here in the prime material plane that you would never be able to eat if you couldn't get out of the Feywild. What would happen once you'd eaten all of the food the Feywild had to offer?
Then we would reproduce, and there would be more food to eat.
Wait, hold on. Veritas? When you say there would be more food to eat after reproducing, could you clarify that a bit?
He's carnivorous. What did you expect?
Wouldn't there be more food?
See?
What would be the food?
Doesn't food grow?
If you give it time.
I mean, I'm not an expert in farming, but if you get rid of all the plants, don't plant anything else, then there's no more food the next year.
Yeah, that, exactly.
What?
If he eats all the Feywild, he'll move to a different plane.
He won't be able to get out!
Because of who?
He's not gonna eat all the people in the Feywild, surely.
Chilbu gives Veritas a sideways glance.
Eve looks like
I
she's
mean, like,
tackled Chilbu to the ground.
it's like saying eat the world. We eat things that are in the world. We don't eat the world.
Veritas rubs his head.
Feywild's not like a sandwich. It's a whole other place.
Yeah, you eat the persons and the things, not the
No!
persons.
Eve slaps a hand over Chilbu's mouth.
So food doesn't just grow?
No, it takes a bit more effort than that, Veritas, buddy.
How do you make food grow?
carefully. It's a long and involved process. We wouldn't want to get too much into it. It wouldn't work in the Feywild, okay? Just trust us on this. You don't want to eat the Feywild.
By the way, DM, if I haven't said it already, I have popped open my staff and inserted my thieves' tools.
Your thieves' tools have been noted as inside. All of China now knows where your thieves' tools are. Luckily, China's not here right now.
If
Oh,
I
we
grab
should-
food, then I can eat all the food ever.
Oh no.
I mean, we can teach you about growing food. Well, I can't. I don't really know that much about it, but
Yeah, well, he says we. He doesn't mean we, but we can find someone.
that whole house of knowledge, I'm sure they have farming for dummies.
Agriculture is a noble profession, and then you wouldn't have to go to the Feywild for food. You'd have everything you'd ever need right here.
Let's see.
Can you
Look
give
at
me a
me in the
persuasion
eyes.
check?
You saying if we had the chance to go to the Feywild, you would stay?
Oh, that's funny. No, of course not. I'm just saying he shouldn't eat it, you know?
Eve, can I get a persuasion check?
Oh, boy. Anyone helping me, Bosh?
Can I give Veritas the help action against?
No! God damn it, Chilbu!
Veritas is
you
getting
can.
remixed signals.
You can.
I kind of feel like I have been helping.
He has.
So yes, you both have advantage.
So whoever has the better persuasion.
And Nick, it's your contest, so whatever it is that you feel like you need to
Okay.
roll to be convinced.
Roll for stubbornness.
Go for hungry.
Roll for hungry. He will roll for hungry.
In that, right?
Ha!
He rolled for hungry. Which I would say
Veritas.
he's proficient in, but that still doesn't need it.
Veritas looks at Eve. Can you show me farming books?
Of course, Veritas. I'd be happy to. We'll go check out the House of Knowledge on some later date when we're not about to be, dragged into a very threatening party.
I would much appreciate it, Miss Eve. You can tell that his demeanor and voice have changed again, back to a more calm and smoother voice.
Oof. Eve wipes sweat off her forehead and glares at Chilbu. No. Anyway, we should probably get ready. Yeah, by the way, Veritas, Miss Chelavi mentioned that you could remove the clothes from before you put on the new ones. Looking a little bulky.
We're still working on that.
Ah.
Wouldn't that be like leaving a piece of him behind? That's kind of crazy.
That's why we're working on it.
Yo, what piece do you leave behind?
It's more...
It's like an outer fat.
Yeah, it's more about redistributing.
Okay.
Did we decide what we're gonna do about... We're just gonna explain to them about Virgil?
Well, I mean, that's all we can do, right?
Just as a note, might be a good idea to be somewhat vague on who had abducted Virgil.
Why?
Just in case they are, allied with the Kenshes as well.
Well, then they'll know.
You hear a knock at your door.
Oh boy. Alright, you guys ready?
Joe picks up his stick.
Yes.
Where do you want me? Says Chelby.
Oh, I'm assuming you'll want to be there with us, huh?
It'd be difficult to protect you from anywhere else.
Well, anything discreet that you can do?
Dear sister, maybe another walking stick? It seems we all using a
Ah!
walking stick.
Okay. Turns into a walking stick of appropriate height for Eve.
Everyone's got a walking stick now.
And I was actually, Chobu is planning to leave the bag of holding here, just in case stuff starts getting confiscated.
That's a good idea.
Anything you guys really need, you want to put in there?
Ooh, do we want to put all that stuff? I
Oh, yeah,
guess.
by the way, Chobu has removed the giant mug and put that in the corner of the house. Because that's taking up all of our bag of holding.
Are there still holes in the roof?
No, at this point the holes have been covered up. That was the first thing that got worked on.
Me and you fixed the roof, Bosh. We did that together.
Josh knows that, but I don't.
Well, now you know that.
Oh, okay. So I guess Bosch will leave his lance and breastplate in the bag of holding. And I guess the hat of wizardry. I was looking and it does specifically say that it's old-fashioned. It's probably not antiquated. Probably isn't going to be good for a fancy party.
Your modern suit with your ancient wizard hat? You're not saying it's
Exactly.
going to go good together?
Yeah. Yeah, I will leave all my magic stuff except Pole of Collapsing in the bag of holding.
Yeah, and I will. I really don't want to leave anything. I don't think Chobu would. I don't think Chobu would take all his weapons.
Eve will. First, she'll test if she can cast the Dancing Lights cantrip through the penny whistle. Is that a thing you can do?
There's a sharp whistling noise that fills the air, and
Oh.
there are dancing lights.
She will put her vial in storage.
Are we gonna hide this somewhere? I don't know if it's a good idea to just leave it sitting out in the
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like a corner or back someplace that's not just in full sight. So yeah, we'll stash the bag somewhere safe.
The real question, am I taking off my necklace of fireballs? It's a
It's a
fancy
treasure.
necklace.
Does it match?
No.
I can keep hold of it, or you could throw it in the bag.
You can keep hold of it.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
that would be excellent if you can.
Are you gonna eat it?
Unclasp it.
We'll grab a handout.
She will hand it over.
And as you hand it over, it melts into his hand.
That's pretty neat. Okay, we should go. Let's do this. Out the door.
Ah, hello. You do seem to have cleaned up quite a bit.
Why, thank you. See, you could totally trust our fashion sense.
Sorry, that was the laser pigeons.
What?
Don't worry about it. But yes, I see that I was mistaken and do owe an apology to the Madame and the Misters. But anyway, it is time for the party. You will likely be the first. You will likely be the first arrivals, aside from any that are already there.
I think that means we're not the coolest ones.
So you gonna give us a tour?
Tour? Oh, of the manor?
Yeah, we gonna get there early.
Yeah, I could probably give you a tour after Eschertel sees you. She will, of course, want to meet you.
I mean, isn't that why we're going?
Right?
Just double checking how many charges does this fireball necklace have?
Let me check.
You don't need to double check that in the house, bro. That's a no. That's a eat the Feywild. That's on the that's off the menu. So later.
That is 4 charges left.
That is the red button. Don't push the red button.
Ooh, God.
Or do. I really don't care. Honestly, either way is fun.
Is the manor stone?
When you get to the manor, I'm double checking to see if everything's alright. Okay, here we go. Everyone to the manor. I've been working on this map for a while.
Ooh.
Ta-da! Here we are. As you can see, there is stone and wood. Although you can't really see because I have dynamic lighting on.
I don't see anything.
Anyway, we have arrived.
I don't think my eyes are working.
Oh, right, this is a new token. I haven't set your vision.
Oh.
Boop.
Oh, nice token.
Do you have dark vision? I can't remember. You have dark
I do have dark vision.
the standard 60.
60? Yep. I'm just,
Okay,
I forgot to make my eyeballs work. Just give me a second.
just blinks a couple times. Well, now that your eyeballs are working, feast your eyes on this. And he opens the door to the foyer.
Ooh, fancy.
Please, come inside.
My eyeballs are still not working for some reason.
Well, son of a... Ah, that is because you need ownership of this token.
That helps.
How about now?
I can see.
Inside the foyer, you see that there are some statues. They don't look like they are particularly important. As well as 3 doors. One leading to the north, one leading to the west, and one leading to the east. My lady is in the study. Right this way. That is the staircase I walked through. Don't worry about that.
Nick?
Veritas decides to also walk through the staircase.
Is that not how you're supposed to use it?
I mean,
My
it's one way.
my esteemed lady and guests, may I introduce Eat the Feywild.
I know.
We're gonna change the music.
Hello there.
Hello.
May I introduce, and points over to the blue woman. Kind of short, but still taller than Eve. This kind of plain-looking elven figure, but blue. Looks at all of you. Greetings. My name is Nifedora. I am the representative of the Ancili Court. This is my handmaiden, Mary Greymalkin. The woman in scarlet gives a nod.
Nick, now it's time for that, or Veritas, now it's that time for that bell.
Veritas gives a bow as he says, "Pleasure to meet you, Nifedora. My name is Veritas, and these are my companions."
Eve bows very low as well.
Yes.
Bosch actually bows as well. As omit, my lady.
Chilbu curtsies.
So, she gives a nod to Eve, to Veritas, to Chilbu, and completely passes over Bosch.
Oh, we working with some of them types.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. But I am not the host. That would be Miss Eschatel there. And you see this tall, pale woman with a very elegant and frilly dress. Hello. Welcome to my estate. I see that you did get the memo to dress up nicely. I have to say, it's most impressive. Francesco?
Yes, I believe that was his name. Indeed.
Eve bows, but not as low as she bowed to the representative of the Unseelie Court.
She gives a nod. And you must be Miss Harquette.
That is correct. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance under these interesting circumstances.
And you are Chilbu? And Bosch?
Oh, hello.
And the mysterious Veritas. I must say, we were surprised to see your name. We didn't know that there was another member.
I showed up during the journey.
As well as,
It was
and of course Tia, who I totally didn't forget.
I showed up on the journey, just like my dear friend Tia here gives a bow. Lady Ashatel.
Bosch will see Tia behind him and make room for her.
Oh, thanks. There will be more guests arriving, but you are the first. I do welcome you into my home, but if you're not aware, you are invited guests under the Unseelie Accords. That means that you are more or less going to be treated like family. but I expect the same courtesy in return.
How nice. Of course.
I'm certain you are probably wondering why I have invited all of you.
That was a thought that crossed our minds.
The butler leaves the room. To...
Yeah.
I wa-
Did that get introduced?
you do see someone over there that is just kind of sitting there plainly with their hands in their lap. Looks like they are waiting. Oh, that is my handmaiden, Lisa. She will be performing for the evening, but probably want to wait for the opening act for the rest of our guests. Wouldn't want them to miss out. But while it's just us and the representatives of the Ancili, I would like to assure you that Miss Gwyn is perfectly fine. And is in our custody.
That is
assuming
fair.
that-
Go ahead.
I'm assuming that her living conditions are fine as well.
Well, they could be better.
And what, pray tell, did Miss Gwyn do to warrant being taken into your custody, so to speak?
She was looking into the disappearances of the other Harpers. And so we realized it would only be a matter of time before she herself was taken.
Ah, so this custody is for her own protection.
Partially.
Is that right?
It is partially for her protection, as well as, to be blunt, bait.
Bait for us? Or something, or some other kind?
That is a very good question. But you will be allowed to see her, if you wish.
So how does the whole thing with the Unseelie Accords work with her? That not applying in this case? Is not a guest?
They are here because of our other guests that will be arriving.
Yeah, I mean, whole rules of hospitality. Ms. Gwyn, you have to ensure her safety.
Of course, she is a guest. But under a different set of rules. Unfortunately, I can protect her better as a prisoner than a guest. As well as not ally myself.
Well, you'll have to excuse me not understanding. This is kind of new for me.
Right. Well, really, it's quite simple. You are invited here because I want you to stop the kidnappings. And I wish to hire you.
Veritas tilts his head.
How much?
Very efficient thinker. And how much depends on how you resolve it. Obviously, given your connections to Miss Gwyn and the Harpers, you would likely want to see the end of these kidnappings normally. And probably through some form of law enforcement, as I'm sure the Harpers would want. I, however, would like to see to this person's punishment, whoever is responsible.
Forgive me, but
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. Forgive my rudeness, but why exactly is it that you have such a high stake in this that you'd be willing to go to such lengths as to abduct one of the members of this group that you want to protect and punish their abduction of their kidnapper?
I do not want to punish the abductee of Harper's. I wish to punish someone who has come into my territory.
Oh?
Someone is making moves in my city, and they are doing it behind my back. You can see that that would be a problem, yes?
Understandable.
Veritas pipes up. Lady Ashatel, we have been searching around before. Do you perhaps have more information about these kidnapping? We've hit a dead end, you could say.
I do. But that will have to wait until later. After all the guests arrive.
Is this matter to be discussed among them as well, or is this specifically for us?
Parts of it are for you, parts of it are for all of them. Also, given the way that you handled that dragon, and the other one, I think all of you have an important part to play in things to come. And I wish to make an investment.
Kind of you. I must say, you have an interesting strategy of going about it, if you'd like to invest in us and support us.
I've been told that.
Why not just request our aid without bringing Ms. Gwyn into the equation?
Because Miss Gwyn was already in the equation. And for adventurers such as you, gold isn't always the best way to get to someone.
I mean, you're not wrong. I kind of have more gold than I never thought I ever would already.
Oh, don't listen to these guys. Gold is definitely the best way.
Like I said, not always the best way. But sometimes it works wonders.
Um, Veritas turns his attention to the representative.
Is there something I can help you with?
Um, if you could, I would like to know more about the place that you guys are from. You are from the Feywild, correct?
We are. I have not actually spent a whole lot of time in the Feywild proper. Most of my time has been spent in the court itself.
I see. Veritas gives kind of a softer smile. And this court, what is it like?
Cold. Very cold. And a bit gloomy at times.
I see. Do you like it there?
It is not a matter of whether or not I like or dislike it. It is my role to play.
Your role to play. I've heard that before. If I ever do, if I ever do find myself in the Feywilds, I'll search for you. Maybe we could have something.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think you'll be able to find me.
Huh.
You would not be welcome in the court, I'm afraid.
Unfortunate to hear.
But if you ever are invited, they will not harm you. Do be assured with that.
Well, if that ever does happen, I'll have to stop by.
Is there anything else you wanted to know? I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
No, no. Um, one of the other things that I'm a, you could say a artisan of is I always like to try different kinds of food, and I've heard stories about the Feywilds.
Stories of the Feywild?
Yes, about the delicious food there.
It is true that the food of the Feywild is the most delicious of all the planes. But to a mortal like yourself, I'm afraid that it probably would be too delicious. It isn't meant for you. But if you were to consume some, well, you would never be able to eat anything else again.
I see.
And that would make life on the material plane very difficult for you. I wouldn't want to see that.
But it has no effect on those not humanoid, I'm guessing.
On us of the Fae, it is simply nourishment. I can partake in your foods here, albeit I haven't had much.
Veritas steps a little bit closer and he says, "What kind of foods do you enjoy? I've found that it's hard to get a good refined palate on the road."
I, I've only had small, like, cutlets and other, like, party foods. Small servings and things of that nature. Nothing really substantial. The
I've
butler walks in at this moment. Esteemed guests and my lady, now announcing the representative of the Circle of Eight, Nistul, Master of Illusions. Nistul walks in, looks at all of you, and looks at Eve.
Eve gives a sheepish smile
I...
and a more sheepish wave.
You do know what cautious means, right?
Listen, ma'am, we didn't really have much of an option in this particular case. We're doing our best, okay?
I take it that you invited them, Eschatel. Of course. All right. The stool will go over and sit down in this chair.
Veritas would ask if Nifideli was her name, or was it
Nymphadora.
Nifidora? Nifidora, would you like to talk more over in that area? It's a little cramped in here. There is some. I'd like to talk more about food, if that would be all right with you.
You hear coming from Eschatel, you're right, it is starting to get cramped, and we do have more guests. Here, I will open up the doors to the dining hall. A bit more space for all of us. Excuse me? Pardon me? Excuse me.
Josh gestures to allow the ladies to pass.
Well, thank you.
Are the others staying in the room?
It's not as crowded in here, right, Veritas?
Yeah, it's opened up. You know, have you ever been to a place called the Wandering Weasel?
I can't say I have, no.
They have some of the best food that I've ever tried before.
I would like Chilbo to roll an insight check.
I've somehow lost that screen. I don't know where it went.
You,
Oh, no. Okay.
you lost your screen. Oh no. You notice
Do
Nistool
it.
responds to Wandering Weasel. Just kind of looks
No,
over.
I get it now. This dude's fully selling out all of our allies. It's all good.
Oh no.
They have a quite delicious soup there.
I've had a few soups, but I wouldn't call them delicious.
Were any of them a tomato soup?
No, I don't think so.
Very, very savory and full of spices. Very, very nice on the palate.
If I ever encounter this Wandering Weasel, I will be sure to ask for tomato soup. So, Chilbu, are you sitting across from Nistool?
I am.
Do you do anything?
Nah, Chobu's out here watching this guy, making sure he doesn't actually get us killed.
All right.
I don't expect. Chobu is fully. I'll give you this. Chobu's thinking that he doesn't trust any of the people in this room, but he especially thinks that performer in the corner is suspicious. That's just where Chobu's at right now.
Okay.
But he doesn't think Nistel would talk to him, so he wouldn't try to start a conversation.
You are correct. Nistool does not talk to you. And Bashaniv.
Eve is kind of like leaning forward a little bit on the table, like kind of peering back into the room at where Veritas is having this conversation with the representative of the Unseelie Court. With like a look of mingled admiration and horror on her face.
You can tell that Veritas is like having a very having a very nice and expressive time talking about the various things that he has eaten and food related topics.
Oh, I get it. It's not an intelligent conversation. It's just a conversation. That's why I'm watching you.
The butler comes back. Yeah, now announcing the esteemed guests and lady. Representative of the Black Court, Lady Vespera. And in walks in what can only be described as the most beautiful corpse you've ever seen.
Wait, don't make that noise yet. You know, like, I mean, there's a lot of room on this beautiful corpse. Like, I know.
Followed by the
a
most
low bar,
ugly corpse
but-
you've ever seen.
Oh no, that's a low bar.
Vespera?
Yes. V-E-S-P-E. Thank you for announcing us. Quite the lively folk we have, isn't it, Wolfram?
Is Wolfram the fucking zombie that just walked in, or is
Yes.
that the first name of this? Okay.
If you'll excuse me, madam. Boop, 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 boop.
Hey, yo, Butler! Butler!
Yes?
Can a brother get a drink?
Oh, certainly. I can do that. It should be a little bit more time before the last guest arrives. She is usually late.
Veritas stops a bit of this conversation at the representative that came in.
Hello.
Hello there.
I can't say I'm familiar with you. Of course, I
My
do
name.
recognize the Lady Nefedora.
Yes, I'm fairly new here. I was just having a nice chat with Nifidora here. My name is Veritas. It is a pleasure to meet you. He gives a slight bow.
A bit ironic from someone like you. You see this glint in her eyes, this knowing glance.
And while maintaining his smile, he says, "We all have our little things here and there. No one is completely out in the open, right?"
I beg to differ. I make no attempts to hide what I am. No, there's Wolfram here. But anyway, I will be curious to hear why one of his is here. But I suppose that'll be part of whatever this meeting is. Ooh, more guests.
Oh, hi.
Hello. And who are all of you?
Hi, I'm Bosch.
Hello, Bosch.
Eve stands from her chair and gives a slight bow.
Eve Harkett at your service.
Oh, manners.
Pleasure to meet you.
I am Vesper. I am the dignitary of the Black Court of Vampires.
Uh-huh.
Didn't quite catch that.
From whom? Colin, were you saying something?
I just said, uh-huh. What did you say?
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My, lots of very important people here tonight.
Yeah, there is. Most interesting. Eshateld, I'm curious, what do you have planned for tonight? Oh, just a little get-together. It has been a while, Vespera. Ever since you and your kind went to Thay, haven't been in touch. Well, it's nice to just be able to walk around without being lynched. Unlike you, having to put up on so much makeup that you might as well block out the sun. Anyway.
Oh, and or if I'm blocking the aisle here, when I'm new here, is there you have some place you like to sit most?
I think I can sit down at the end of the table. That would be lovely. Really, Eschatel, a dragon? You really are cooking up something.
By the way, as when Vesper left, Veritas still had the smiling face, but he was thinking, yeesh.
Sheesh.
Eve takes a cue from Bosch.
That was a good idea. Maybe we should wait until everyone else is seated.
I don't know how this works. I think fancy people like sitting in specific spots.
That I do. I'm so used to just walking next to my mother that I kind of forgot about that.
What did he bring me?
Champagne?
Champagne.
Yeah. Did you want something else? You didn't ask for anything else. You asked for a drink.
This will work for starters. You got anything a little stronger?
We do, but we would rather you have your wits about you.
Still, Boo has his wits.
And also, the strong stuff we have, it wouldn't be suited for someone like you.
Huh.
And by that, I mean the living kind.
Oh. Champagne it is.
Enjoy your champagne.
Yo, my man just gonna stay sentinel right here?
Yes. He just stands there. And as soon as you look over at him, he turns towards you, and you are in a staring contest that you will lose.
Oh god.
So,
Yep.
Nifadora,
Yeah.
do you come here often? I noticed that Vespera recognized you, another representative.
Yes, I've had to do some dealings with their court over in Thay. It's more for the safety of their guests than for them.
See.
They're a bit more open about who they are, which includes eating people.
And Veritas, he kind of looks down as he says, yeah, that is pretty open.
Yo, DM.
Yes?
Chilbu sitting here. Does he sense any undertones with her saying directly to him that they're at least open about where they are and eating people?
You can roll an insight check.
Against the Fae? Can I roll it against him instead? I'm not gonna win against the Fae. Nope. God damn it, Chilbu.
You do not sense any undertones. Whether or not that's because you can read them is... well, you don't know.
So, Lady Eschatel,
Yes?
I gotta ask, this is not me trying to be disrespectful, it's just I'm new here and don't get all of this politics stuff. You kinda kind of think of this city as yours, right?
I do.
So where does that put Lord Neverember?
He is who everyone thinks leads the city.
Guess that makes sense.
It is important, after all, for the leader to not be known. As there are people who would try to take everything from that leader. After all, just look at the castle that he is in. All the guards, all the protocol. Needing all of that is problematic and cumbersome and draws way too much negative attention. And besides, I am not the only one that leads from the shadows. Miss Arquette, your own Waterdeep. Only the Open Lord is known. The rest of the lords are hidden, exactly for that same reason.
That is a fair point. There are quite a lot of dangers to being an open ruler.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So does that mean then... Alright, this might be totally off your radar. If there was a decree that Chilbu had to be out of the city, could you do something about that?
If I wanted to, I could. Although I'm not aware of such a decree.
It's kind of confusing. I don't know. He's got a copy, but we talked to Lord Neverember, and he just kind of said no. That's not what he wanted. I don't know. Sounds like if he's not really in charge, then maybe he just doesn't know.
Maybe. Or perhaps you're asking the wrong person.
Guess.
But I am curious. I couldn't help but notice something. A look in your eye, as well as one in Nymphodora's. I'm curious, do you know each other?
You know, I feel like I've seen her before. She's certainly somebody important.
That she is. And yet, she ignored you.
Yeah.
Rather curious. But you know nothing of it?
I don't know. Do I know anything about it?
No.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Whatever it is, I hope she's not holding it against me. Doesn't seem like the kind of person you'd want holding grudges.
No, it does not.
From what I understand, those who dwell in the Feywild place great importance on manners and hospitality and respect. So, that was a curious interaction. Is that, perchance, you seem to know her rather well. Is that a reaction you see often from her?
It is not. Which makes it all the more curious. But I know better than to pry into the matters of Fae. I was merely seeing if you knew anything. And then, of course, there is you as well, Miss Harkat. I wonder what the relationship between you and Miss Nastool is.
Oh, well, we met briefly before at Lord Neverember's castle when we happened to be in the same room.
Right.
Right.
I was told there was a bit of staring there as well.
Ah, yes, there was. My, you are very well informed.
I
Yes,
have
couldn't
eyes in important places.
make sense with your status. But yes, I honestly couldn't tell you what exactly that was about either. Perhaps she recognized my family connections.
Maybe. Well, that would be even more curious considering where she's from.
Oh. Right, and where exactly would that be?
If I recall correctly, she is from a world known as Oerth. As well as all of the Circle of Eight as well.
Is Eve aware of the existence of Oerth?
Roll a history check. This will be a hard DC. But you make it. Wow. You are aware that that the material plane has layers other than just Torel. That there are other material planes, kind of. You can't just go to these places, though. You need a very specific spell. Like, plane shift isn't going to take you to Oerth. But you are aware of its existence, and that is where the Circle of Eight have come from. You are also aware that there are other worlds in addition to Oerth. Some of them are kind of warded off on account of their instability. And instability and their probability of wanting to take over, more or less. They're not all good. Some of them are really bad. For
Do I have... Sorry, go ahead.
For example, the world of Athos, which is above game, that's the world of the dark sun setting. It is a world where a drop of water can be worth more than a human life. It is a desert world the gods have abandoned. And there are... Basically, think Mad Max, but instead of diesel trucks, it's powerful Sorcerer Kings.
Oh, good.
So yeah, so basically there are worlds that are kind of like there's a little bit of a trade. The problem is that the method of travel between the worlds is complicated and long, and only just now being explored, really.
So Eve probably wouldn't have a sense of where on that sliding scale of good place, fine place versus very bad and dangerous place Earth would fall.
With it being the one that's most connected with, it is kind of the same as Torel. There's good and there is bad. Just like Torel. Albeit it's a bit more gray. And slightly more hawks. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Eve's eyebrows shot nearly to her hairline when Oorth was mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of glances back into the room that has the stool in it. And back at Lady Eschatel.
Now that Chilbu has left Nistul, you notice that Nistul is glancing over in your direction.
She makes awkward eye contact with invisible eyes.
You make eye contact with the darkness.
Thank you again, Nifador, for the lovely talk. I am going to find a spot to sit down in the dining hall. That looks like where everyone's going to gather up eventually.
Okay. It was lovely to meet you as well.
Gives a slight little bow and then moves forward.
Right. And then Chilbo, what did you want to do? I saw you move up to the piano player. Ah, I see the BRB.
Sorry, I'm back.
Is it hard to hear me?
I can hear you fine.
I can hear him too.
I do
Okay,
have him.
that's just me.
I do have him cranked up to 200% though.
Oh yeah, me too.
I can't tell you what I have Nick on because I, unlike my friends, cannot change people's volumes.
If you right-click on their names in the call.
How do you get it above 100%?
I slide the thing to the right and it goes to 200%.
Yeah.
Nick, how the fuck are you quieter now that I put you at 200%?
I don't know. No clue.
No, Chobu was just embarrassed that Bosch was talking about him, and honestly wanted to get out of the room, but this was as far as he could really go.
Alright.
And he figured the slave in the corner wouldn't bother him too much.
She looks over at you. Hold on. I think she deserves a bit of a closer look.
Oh, she's kind of cute. That's good. Also might be a vampire, and what's that sword? But, you know, piano skills on point.
You do notice that there is a fine rapier at her side. But she ultimately says nothing.
Chobu glares at the rapier, untrusting.
If I might have the attention of the guests and my lady, the final guest has arrived. Finally. Now announcing the representative of the White Court of Vampires and the city of Silver Rock, Lady Heskel Kench. She walks in the room, looks around, sees Chillaboo, and
Sorry.
gives you a wide smile. I thought this was going to be boring, but oh boy, was I wrong. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Okie dokie.
Oh man.